Thank you for downloading Shmoozfest. Let's take a quick tour through the product so you understand what it's all about and how it works. First thing you do as a user is to sign in. If you don't have an account yet, just click on register and fill out the form here. But the easiest way to do that is to click on register with Facebook or LinkedIn. We will never upload or send information to your accounts. We only use this so that it's easy for you to import your profile and sign up quickly. I've already done that, so I'm going to go to the login screen and I'll log in with LinkedIn. This goes to LinkedIn, and as you can see, it brings me to the dashboard. Now I'm now signed up for this Business Leaders Forum group, which you can see in the top block. But if I click on that top block, it'll provide a list of all of my groups or all the groups in the system. And if you wanted to find a group in either side, you can click on the little button here and search for your group. In this case, we're going to go to the Business Leaders Forum, see the description of the group, and I can go to the dashboard. Let's take a look at what's in the dashboard. At the top is a to-do list, and it tells you to complete your profile. I've got some new messages. I've got some new appointment requests that I can take a look at. Under people, it shows me how many members are in the group and a number of other useful features like connect other people in the group, identifying quickly the people I've met, seeing who went to my past activities, etc. Let's take a look at members. So when I go to the members list, it shows me all the members of this group. Now, here you can see under Abby Powell, we have met Alex Lewis. Let's say I met him, and obviously this is just a demo file, but I can choose we met, and now this shows me all the people. If I want to come back and try to remember who I met from this group, instead of showing all members, I can select people I met, and now it lists all the people I met and only those people. If I can go back and show all members, now once again, you can see that all the members are listed in the group. Now let's say I wanted to learn something about Alex. So I can click on his profile, and now it shows me how we're connected. So you can select all the ways that you're connected with the person. If I wanted to follow up with him, I could say, yes, I do want to follow up, and it asks how. Do I want to schedule a meeting or reminder or send a message? So let's schedule a meeting. If I do that, it takes me to the Create Appointment form, and I can fill this out with location, start and end date, and enter any notes. And then I can either invite him with the blue button or just remind myself and add this to my calendar. I'll cancel for now. I can also send him a message, arrange a meeting with him, which is another way to create an appointment, or add him to my contacts. So if I add him to my contacts, now he's in this exclusive list of the people I consider to be my contacts. This is a way to quickly keep track of the people who matter most to you. If I tap on the Shmoozfest logo, it takes me right back to the dashboard. Let's go back to the people menu. There's also Connect People, which is a really useful feature for the people in your groups. A lot of times you meet somebody in one of your groups or at an event and you want to introduce them to somebody else. So you can choose person one. So let's say I wanted to introduce Dennis Foster to somebody. And who do I want to introduce him to? Person two. Now person two could be somebody in the group, but it could also be a non-group member. If I choose non-group member, here now I can enter their email address and I can enter their name. And once I've done that, I can type a note and suggest that meeting. When I do that, it sends them both an email saying that I have suggested that the two of them connect. And now they can log in if they're both members and view each other's profiles and learn more about one another, or just get the contact information that we've sent out. My past activities is another great feature, because a lot of times you go to, say you belong to the Chamber of Commerce and you went to a breakfast meeting a few months ago and you forgot who were the people there who you met. So there you can choose to see your list of meetings that were assigned to you. So for example, if there was a speed networking or a table assignment, it will tell you the people you met, or you could also just view all the participants who were there at that event. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard and take a look at some of the other great things that you can do here. My Activities lists the activities that you are signed up for. And there's also activities to join, and that lists a couple of other things that I have not yet signed up for. So at the top, there's a gala dinner, and below that, there's networking and cocktails. So let's see the description. I can read about join business leaders, etc., and say, yes, that's something I'd like to do. It's open to all members here. So I'm going to sign in. Do you want to join this activity? Yes, I'm going to join it. And when I do that, it now moves. Now there's only one item in activities to join. There's 3 My Activities. So now, under My Activities, we have at the top speed networking. The next one is a table assignment. And the third is an activity group. Speed networking is a series of one-on-one meetings that you've been assigned to. And this is one of the special features that we have patented for Shmoozfest. Here, you can request who you'd like to meet. So by tapping on Request Meetings, you get a list of all the people who are going to be participating in this, and you can identify which individuals you would or would not like to meet with. And if you just leave it as okay, then you're sort of neutral on whether you meet that person or not. So you can indicate your strong preferences one way or the other, as you can see I've done with green and red. Likewise, you can choose people from some companies that you do want to meet with people from company 5, and you don't want to meet with people from company 8. And the algorithm will take that into account. And also, each group can have its own roles that are assigned by the organizer. And you could say you don't want to meet with web people, you do want to meet with people who are PHP developers. And now, once you've submitted those, once you've entered those requests, you can press dashboard. And once all the other participants have had a chance to submit their requests, we run an algorithm, and then the organizer will publish those meetings. Now let's take a look at those published meetings. So under My Meetings, now you can see for this upcoming event, these are the people who I have been assigned to meet with. So for example, for meeting number 1, I'm going to go to station number 10 and meet with Monica. And for meeting number 5, I'm going to go to station 13 and meet with Anita Gray. And you can click on their names and view their profiles, which we've already seen. Likewise, on a table assignment, you can do the same thing, request who you'd like to sit with at your table. Let's say it's a large conference and there's 50 tables with 500 people. Who are you going to sit with? Rather than making it random, now you can have the algorithm assign interesting people to you. And once that's assigned, you can look at My Table, and here you go. This is your table of who you're sitting with. And you can view these people and identify who you want to follow up with. And now, before you even get there, you know who you should talk to. Likewise, if you say, well, who are those people at the table next to me at table 3, you can view the list of those other people. Or if I say, wait, where's my friend Gabby sitting? You can type in her name and it will tell you that she's also at table 3. The third type of group is an activity group, and this is just any collection of people. So for example, it might be a presentation, it might be a cocktail hour, whatever it is. In this case, it's networking and cocktails. I've registered for this group, and now I can click on My Group and get a list of all the people who are coming to this group and know who they are and identify which people I want to meet with. So this makes those networking events that can be awkward or difficult to meet the right people. Now you can figure out who matters most to you and find them. So let's say, for example, I go to Dennis Foster and I can look at his group information. I can find out what he's all about and say, gee, this is somebody I'd like to meet with. If I want to arrange a meeting with him and invite him here, this will send a push notification directly to him on his device, and it'll pop up on his hardware and he'll get that message or meeting request right away, and then he can follow up with me. So it makes your one-on-one events much more efficient. Now let's take a look at the tools. Under tools, we have a lot of ways for you to stay connected with the people at your events or in your group. So for example, surveys. Surveys has, the organizer can publish any questions they want. Again, just a demo file, so we've got some simple questions, but you can answer those questions and see how other people have answered those questions when you hit submit. And that gets sent out to everyone in the group as soon as the organizer publishes it. Photos, you can share photos and you can view photos that other people have shared. So here are pictures of our golf outing, some nice nature pictures, they're published here. So you pull that up and here are the photos and you can look through them. And if you wanted to add a photo, just hit the plus sign at the bottom and you can use this interface to choose any photos you want and publish them. Or you could also make a comment about any of these photos. Likewise, back in the dashboard in the tools menu, we can share files. The organizer can publish files from the website, and now you can have important documents for this group that are relevant to the group or for the event. And messages is an inbox. You can see all the messages that you've received. You can tap on the pencil button on the bottom and hit the to button to address a message and address it to people you've selected. So if you have in your contacts group selected people as friends, then I've selected Charles as a friend and I can select him and now I can send a message to Charles. So those are some important features. At the bottom here, we have status updates. So you could view what other people have published in their photos and you can like and comment on them. And if you wanted to share an update, you just tap on that and enter your message. You can share a photo with the paperclip here and identify who you want to share this message with. And there's one other thing that I think you'll find useful is find people. So under find people, you can view all Shmoozfest members, but let's say you wanted to just find people within one group. So if I go to this Business Leaders Forum, this group has some group questions. So if I choose group questions, these are some of the questions that were asked of people to enter when they registered for the group. So I could say, show me people who are board members, etc. And the search button would choose people who selected that answer when they were joining the group. Similarly, for the roles, you could say, show me the people who are CEOs, and those who identify themselves as CEOs would come up as well in the search results. Now, the final thing we're going to look at is under Tools, Create a Group or Event. You can add Shmoozfest's incredible networking to all your groups and events. So if you find this to be a useful way to make connections better than you've ever been able to make before, now you can simply click on that link, go to the website. The Create a Group or Event function is on the website. Just go there, fill out a form, and for free, you can add Shmoozfest to any of the groups or events that you have in your life. So thank you very much for taking the time to understand what this is about, and I really hope that Shmoozfest adds a lot of value to you to make connections like never before.